All right, hey everybody, this is Kramer from Kramer Unstuck. I just want to talk a little bit about this whole. Uh, I'm going to talk about stupidity happening during the coronavirus. People, uh, we had an incident here in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania, at this one. It's I guess you could say, kind of like it's one of them. I don't know how to say it. It's kind of like one of them stores where it's you can go in and it's not as expensive as the department as the grocery stores. But anyway, we had an incident where we had some Hispanic people from New Jersey come up here, go into the store, and take uh, certain items out of people's carts, such as toilet paper, hand sanitizer, soap, etc., whatever they could, laugh at them, and just walk out the store. And they do it out of fear. They never prepared. And I got to admit, my preparedness, I have some food. I have enough for a few weeks. Okay, I don't get too much. But when I go in the store, I'm not going to go in there like a crazed idiot trying to get what I can get and take stuff out of people's carts. They're gonna, if they keep doing this, they got to watch it, because they're not going to be dealing with soft targets. There's going to be people that have heard of this and are going to be ready for them, and things are going to get bad. So I don't know if you're one of those people who does that, but if I'd be you, I'd just calm down. Because now, me, even as a Christian, somebody comes around to my cart and tries to take something out, even though I didn't pay for it, I'm going to be like, nah, nope. You go walking around to whatever aisle that's in, and you get your own. All right. Another thing I want to talk about are faith healers. Where are these faith healers? Where are your Kenneth Copelands and Rodney Howard Browns and Benny Hinn's? Benny Hinn, I mean, my gosh, look at all the people he's blown on and used his suit jacket to knock them down, and touched them and they fell down, and boom, they were healed. All these idiots. That's what they are, complete idiots. They're fools. They're out there telling people how we can heal this and we can heal that, but when stuff like this happens, you don't hear a peep. I think, if I'm correct, Rodney Howard Brown had come out. Now, he's based in Florida. He came out and he said how he ain't going to allow the coronavirus to come to Florida. Well, guess what, folks? The coronavirus not only came to Florida, but decided to, set up shop like in every state. He's a fool. And the thing I'm thinking about is, after this blows over, or even before it blows over, if they see it starting to taper off, they're going to come out with their little stories of how they healed this person, or they went in the hospital and they went by a bunch of beds and they healed people. And you're going to, after that, you're going to hear people that were in them hospitals or know a person they claim to heal, and they'll say they were getting over it already. And even after this person had come in, if they were in the hospital, they recovered over time. And the hospital staff will probably go, never saw the guy. Maybe he was sitting outside in his vehicle, praying. But this is foolishness. And there are people out there, and you might be one of them, that's scared of this. And you should take it very serious, because it's a serious issue. If you're elderly, if you already have a medical condition, this can affect you adversely and even fatally. So, if you have people to help you, uh, and that's another thing, to say, well, have them go get your food and stuff like that. You just gotta, whoever helps you out has to be very thorough in their cleaning and everything. So I hope that people that can be affected by this adversely easily, that you have people that are going to be able to take care of you properly. So I hope that happens. But if you're one of them who believes this faith healing stuff, don't. If you're a Christian, pray about it. Say to the Lord, I'm scared. Okay, I have existing medical condition, or I'm elderly, and I fear this. Just let him know. Okay, he'll help you out. He'll give you peace, and that don't mean that everything's going to go good, but he can give you peace despite that. But speaking of faith healers, false prophets, learning how to talk, they're not going to help anybody. And after this, or even during this, some of them are going to come out and try to get money from you, because that's all they're about. I'm going to be putting a video from Justin Peters, because there was a video from Sid Roth. If any of you know Sid Roth, that guy is a complete sham, and the people he has on that show are nonsense. And sometimes I don't watch it, but sometimes I'll see that maybe if something comes up and I recommend it because of a certain topic that I was looking up, and they'll have maybe somebody that is kind of legitimate, and I'm wondering, why are you on that show? And I'm thinking, well, of course, money. But Justin Peters does a lot on false prophets, false teachers. He went to a Benny Hinn seminar, one of his great, shows that he puts on. And Justin Peters, if you don't know, he has multiple sclerosis. And they wouldn't allow him to go up on stage because he actually had a legitimate medical condition, and Benny Hinn, of course, ain't going to be able to do anything. The people that are up on stage that are putting on the show, they're just, what do you want to call it? They're actors. That's all they are. And sometimes those people, and he does get people out of the crowd, yeah. It's a placebo effect where the whole atmosphere and the way they feel, because they're feeling kind of euphoric and, oh man, I do feel better. And then they find out maybe days or weeks later, boom, right back. Sometimes even worse. So yeah, I'm going to put that up here. He has one on, I think up here on the side. But he has one on these false prophets and false prophecies, where they were talking about how, some were talking about how stadiums are going to be filled. Well, there are no stadiums filled. March Madness isn't on. There's no sports events. The XFL was canceled. They're not having concerts. So they were wrong. Okay, these false prophets and all their good things and stuff like that. So I just wanted to come out and with this video on these pathetic wolves in sheep's clothing. Like I said, if you follow these people and you believe these people, don't. I'm going to pray for you that you don't, because they're false. I'm going to stay inside. I have food. I made something today that was, it was real simple, okay? And I lift weights, and I like getting a good amount of protein and calories. But during a time like this, I'll settle for a small amount of calories, good amount of protein. Now, what I did, I'm going to say this, this isn't going to become a cooking channel, but I got a small dish. It was a small microwavable dish. And I had a big can of pink salmon. I took about half of that can, okay, put it in there, chopped it up, got a piece of pepper jack cheese, melted that in the microwave. That there took about 45 seconds till it melted. And I think it took about 40 to 45 seconds. It melted. I got it melted to a point where it was not rubbery. You know how it gets when if you melt it too much, then it becomes rubbery. This was perfect. I stirred that around, put some mayo on, and then all of a sudden I remembered I got baby spinach. So I got baby spinach. I ripped up baby spinach, stirred that in, and it was just, like I said, a small dish. That was awesome. I got, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 grams of protein there. Good meal. So you can do small little cheat meals like that a few times a day. Maybe like me, I had breakfast. I had some shredded chicken with a fajita sauce, and I had eggs, 3 eggs, poured that on top of that after the eggs were almost done, and put some shredded cheese on top. Boom. Man, nice, cheap, easy meal. So, yeah, I like rabbit trails, but I'm talking about kind of, how you can help yourself and getting back to the whole prophets and on all that. These false prophets and their lies, telling how things are going to be so great and how just saying the fire. You need the fire inside you. Well, there's nothing in the Bible about fire. Okay, there's a lot about false prophets, and I'm going to go on here now, and I'm going to just show you a few about false prophets, if it'll come up. I mean, you got all these. You got 1 John 4:1, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out in the world. Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. And they come at you with such a nice tone, and they seem to care, but they're all about the money. Because seriously, I don't believe, I'm not going to say every one of these, but there's I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'd say 50% of these don't believe in at all what they're saying. They just have been saying this for so long because they've been getting money from people. Then there are others like Robert Howard Brown or whatever is Rodney Howard Brown, who I think are that blind to their own stupidity, they do believe it. But he's still ravening the wolves. Okay? Here. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And there's another thing. Some of these who have fallen into this are born again. This swift destruction is like in 1 Corinthians, where the Corinthians were, if I'm correct, they're the 1 Corinthians, where they were going into the communion, and, okay, dog. Hey, yes, I'm glad you're chewing the bone, but it's so loud I can't hear myself talk. But anyway, the Christians who were going to communion and were getting drunk, and they were gluttonous in both food and drink. And some of them were dead, and some were sick. That's what this means. They will be dealt with. Now, some of these, as you have seen, they're old. They've been around for a long, long time, and nothing's happened. Those I don't think are saved, like Kenneth Copeland. Okay, Kenneth Copeland, who claims that he's apparently a weather god, who can rebuke storms and tornadoes. But anyway, there's, and here, 2 Timothy 4:3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. I'm going to get back into my thing here. If you are going along with this nonsense, okay, if you're believing these people, if you're following these people, if when they have a prophecy, like I saw over here on Sid Roth's channel, which I went over there to check it out, you know, this one guy, or I think it's David Hernandez or whatever, what a joy it was to be part of this anointed video. These people are liars. There was an anointed. If it was anointed by anyone, it was the Antichrist, the spirit of Antichrist. So, yeah, Lord, speak to us about 2020. We're hungry of you, Jesus. Well, that's why you have the Bible. They're just total, you know, you want these people to give you some good word. And they come out and they give a good word. And what? It don't come true. So don't fall for this. And if you have, I pray that the Lord opens your eyes and ears for you to hear and see the truth. Read the Bible. Get into the Word of God. Pray about it and ask the Lord to help you to learn from His Word. That way you will be established. You will have a good foundation. You can build upon that, you know, the right way. So, well, that's it. This went a little longer than what I wanted. I guess it's because of my culinary, whatever I did there, recipe time. But, I hope that, people got edified. They got something out of this good. And that, like I said, if you're deceived and you're a born-again Christian, pray about that and let the Lord lead you out of that. Because these false prophets and these false faith healers, they're nothing. It's garbage. And from what I said in the beginning, don't get crazy about just this coronavirus. Don't go nuts. Even if you're not bound on going out and hurting or trying to take from people, don't. Okay? And if you are the type of person to go steal stuff out of people's carts, okay, it's only a few times you do that till you meet somebody who's going to crack your skull. Because, okay, they may be just as crazy as you are, or even more. So, watch out for that. So, that's it. I'm going to end this before it gets to the 20-minute mark. And like I said, I hope you got something out of it. This here was an impromptu, just off the cuff. So, I'm going to end it now. This is Dave Kramer from Kramer Unstuck, and you have a good day.